Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am again, Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I'm only here because I got some information I want to share with you. Over the past couple of weeks, and maybe even longer, we've had, or should I say, we've been bombarded with information about the royal wedding. The prince is getting married. And it just so happens, I discovered just the other day, that he is marrying a young lady that's half black, whose mother appears to be black. Now I know, that being the case, this royal wedding will never be the same again, or should I say royalty will never be the same again, now that it is infected with blackness. Because any children that come from this wedding, this marriage, gonna be black children. And you know the way the system is set up, it just can't happen like that. Now, what I really wanted to say to you about the royal wedding. What is the royal wedding, someone might ask you? If they ask me, I would say that the royal wedding is a part of the indoctrination process. It is a part of holding up a certain part of society as being superior and more important than others. And the purpose is that others who are outside of this lineage would aspire to be like them, want to be like the prince, want to be like those people that are superior to them. And while doing this, they are basically downing themselves to be subservient to what has been held up as being so important. But as I say this to you, ladies and gentlemen, I have another question on my mind, and that is this. What kind of God would you appreciate? What kind of God would you appreciate? In other words, if you had the ability to create your own God, what kind of God would it be? I'm persuaded to believe that your God would be your protector. That your God would provide all of your needs to assure you peace in living, to assure you prosperity in living, to assure you happiness in living. Your God would see that all of your dreams come true. And your God would protect you from anything that would come up on and cause a distraction, cause problems, or anything against this being true for you. Now, as I see this for you, who am I referring to when I say you? I believe I'm referring to every human being on the face of the earth. This is what you would want. And I'm of the mindset that this is what your God would want. Now, whose God am I speaking of? I'm talking about every last one of your gods would want the same thing for you. And so, since I see the same things that would be desired by one of you is desired by all of you, I would think that perhaps something was made into that mixture when you were being created. It's something like all of that was in the mixture. And from that mixture came all of you. Needing, wanting, desiring the same thing. And since there's a God that would answer every last one of your dreams accordingly, it makes me think that the cook, the preparer, the chef, whomever was making this mixture, was the same chef, the same identical chef. In other words, let's call this chef God. So this God that you would want, that you would require to make sure that your blessings, your desires were all met, is the same God. Can you see it just a little bit like that? Now that you can, one of your greatest fears is that there is something that might come against that and cause you pain or cause you a lack of your dream. Now, what would that be? It definitely would not be your God. And it definitely wouldn't be you, the people. So it appears to me as if it's another force. It's a different force. It's like the chef is in there preparing everything for you. And after you've been prepared, after you've been cooked and baked and produced, someone wants to come along and change, put a virus in that process, like your computer. Put a virus in it and distract it and take away from that which is you. And so I would think that every last one of you got a concern about that virus, would have a concern about your own future. So it would be, as I can see it, beneficial for all of you to focus on that and address that. Now, it might be a little difficult to focus in, identify that problem, that particular virus. But there are some things that might be a little easy for you to recognize. And what is that? There is an understanding that you, the people, every last one of you, got a gift that allows you to find excitement in being in this life because you participate in it. You're not just here. You're not just a table sitting out there for somebody to eat at. You're not just a chair for someone to sit on. But you got purpose in this life, and that purpose is revealed based upon that desire which you have to do something. And each of you got that desire. And in doing something, it allows you to participate in the creative process for all of that which fulfills your dream. Now that's a given. There's no doubt about that. We already can look at the world and see that all things have been made by man, came from stuff that was not made by man, resources, but man has applied himself and created it. So that makes you owners of it. But what prevents you from being able to access this which you have made? Think about it for a second. What is it that prevents you from being able to have amounts of food that you might need or having food at all? What is it that prevents you from having shelter or the kind of shelter that you would desire? Or clothing? What is it that prevents you from having the education that you would want? What is it that prevents you from having health care that you need? What is it that prevents you from being able to do all of the other things like visit people, to share with people, to go to class reunions, to go with family reunions, to sometimes have jewelry that you like? What is it that prevents you from having that? It's money. Money. That's the only thing that prevents you from having your dreams come true. So, since all of this other stuff was done and didn't require money, what is the purpose of money? The purpose of money is perhaps to distract you, to take away the joy and the peace and prosperity that applies to every last one of you and makes it available only to the one that got money. So now, where did money come from? Well, let's see. Who profits from the money? Who profits from the usage of money? If you want to know that, where does the benefit go to? Where does the benefit go to? Where is the most money housed at? Where does the most money come from? The most money comes from secret societies. People who have a secret agenda which has nothing to do with yours and has nothing to do with your God, because your God didn't make this. So how do you identify these? Well, they got all the money. They make the money. They got the billions and trillions. They use it. They use it to mess up your systems. They use it to cause inflation, deflation. They use it, my friends, to cause all kinds of problems in your life. So now we can say that we basically identified a problem which is made known by money, which directs itself to the ones who issues money secretly for a secret purpose. And so that would I believe, at least it does to me, it identifies what your problem is. Your problem is someone who wants to take away God's place, your God, want to make your God invalid. And since it is your God, my friends, that gives you your peace and your prosperity and your happiness, it seems as if you got the authority to rely and put your God back on the throne, you got to kick the other God out. And how do you begin to kick the other God out? You begin to kick the other God out by denying his access to you, or that God's access to you, which is money. You eliminate money from your situation, you still got all the resources on earth. You still got the abilities to create and establish all the things that you could ever want. You still got that. And since you did it, it belongs to you. You just take from it what you need, want, or desire, and it's yours. Your dream is coming true by your own hand, set up by the power, the God, to you. And the one who's making that money has no more purpose in your life. It's gone. Totally gone. So since I've explained that to you, and most of you agree, not all of you, but most of you agree, my question now is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to continue to allow money to keep you from being able to build up your infrastructure cities like you would want them to be? Are you going to continue to allow money to cause division between you and create poverty and terrorism and wars in the land and people dying? Are you going to continue to do that when you have the authority? Now, you say, well, how did I get the authority? The authority comes by you knowing the truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth, my friend, shall set you free. You know the truth. I have given you the truth. I don't care what kind of religion you got. I don't care what you've been listening to or what you've been believing. You know in the bottom of your soul that what I have just shared with you is the truth. And now you got the authority to get rid of that secret society. You got the authority to get rid of the secrets that are being manipulated upon you. And all you got to do is reject money. Reject money, and the world is yours. Your God has proven that God is God, and you are the blessings of God. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. Thank you so very much.